Hello everyone, Mr. Kuda here. So today I will present you 5 advanced tips in order to destroy more opposition in a game where we both hate it and love it at the same time. So yeah, these are somewhat advanced tips, so I will expect some basic knowledge and some basic understanding of the game, and without further ado, let's just jump into it. Tip number 1. First tip will be about option selects. What is an option select? Well, it's an input that covers both a parry input and another attack. For example, the most simplest option select is a zone attack, used usually to beat a fainted to garbage. Basically, if you input zone attack, you will parry the attack itself if it's let go, or zone attack if the attack is fainted by the enemy. Now let's go into more deeper option selects. If you bind heavy with any other attack or input, you will create an option select. A good example is a bash up select on heroes that have neutral bashes. What you need to do is go into settings, bind guard break, heavy and dodge on the same button. Now this button will be your parry bash option select button. So basically, you press it whenever you want to parry an attack and option select it with a bash if there's a feint. Now with this information, you can explore it for yourself. You can bind heavy with any dash attack to create new safer ways to parry. You can also guard, break and parry on the same timing, but unfortunately you cannot bind it, so you will have to learn the timing yourself. Now that you know the inputs, you need to learn to balance this. Basically, don't do super safe option selects all the time or attempt a parry all the time because of how safe it is. Try to give yourself a system such as I do this option select 40% of the time, this one 20%, another one 30%, to become as unpredictable as possible. Of course, you can keep doing only one option select if the people you're fighting don't catch on. Tip number 2. The next tip will be about throwing enemies into their teammates in order to stack up both of them. Basically, if you get a guard break in a team fight or an anti-gang situation, preferably an anti-gang situation, you can throw one opponent into another. This is especially good if you have health to trade, as most of the times you will get punished for getting a guard break, even if it's guaranteed. The reward on this maneuver can be actually high if you have good neutral damage heavies and good hitboxes. Good examples are Kensei and Kensei. This is a thing that most people when they first do it, they overdo it, so be careful about it. Tip number 3. The third one is mid unlocks, and now you can dead angle people in order to have either faster attacks that are also unparryable or to be able to hit multiple people at once. So what you can do is unlock an attack while looking at your minions. This is a good way of staggering and hitting the people with an unparryable attack and clearing minions all at the same time. This tip is a necessity if you play a mid character like Nubushi, Kensei or Lawbringer or Conqueror. You can play with this and find what are the best angles for your character, but most of the times you want to aim for hitting your enemy as quick as possible while clearing as many minions as you can at the same time. Obviously, your safety priority is most of the times above your minion clear capability. Tip number 4. Dodging out of executions in order to make yourself safer and less likely to get punished. This is by itself not a great tip until you realize there are levels to it. If you can dodge out of executions, you can also do attacks inputted with a dodge to either get more iframes, punish or actually attack. For example, you can do a Kensei side dodge attack to evade someone trying to either interrupt you or guard break you. Alternatively, on someone like Warlord, you can headbutt out of it and attack or interrupt the person trying to punish you with a quick surprise maneuver. Another thing you can play with is unlocking and then attacking. Keep in mind, you have to do it while unlocked, otherwise you get extra delay for locking on. For this one, you need to know that you cannot chain, as it will force your attack to be unfaintable and from only one direction. Tip number 5. The last tip is something truly special. It's about playing with revives in 1v1s. Thing is, most people who do this do it to bait enemy attacks, which can be good and bad depending on the situation. What I think is the best play is to keep reviving and cancelling to block and dodge. This way, unless the opponent has decent offense from neutral, such as bash, you should get a pretty safe revive if you keep cancelling and blocking. If he continues attacking, he will go out of stamina, which is guaranteed revive. As a side note tip, if your opponent goes out of stamina in a 1v1 and you have a revive nearby, go for it. It's guaranteed and he cannot do anything about it. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys learned at least something new. If you did, make sure to hit the like button in order to have this video reach more people so they can also learn something new. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time in this case. Bye bye.